Hello everybody, I'm the Sonic Arrow and welcome back to Nefarious November. Now, today we are building a magma cream farm. So that's why we're in the nether. So, we're in a basalt deltas biome. If we go under here, we can see a pretty good area to start with. So, over here, we're going to start. So, we want 8 rows of double chests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this should hopefully be a pretty quick build, but it's going to be pretty large. I'm going to run this thing to the max. Oops. Oh, I always forget. Chests do not automatically connect. It's a rookie mistake, but one that I make all the time. I don't know why, but this is what we want. So, we also need to grab temp blocks. God, my inventory at the start of every episode feels like a crackhead's pockets. You never know what you're gonna find after a bender, and every time I end an episode, I go on a bender. Jeez. Anyway, so basically we got all this material because we need it. Now we're gonna need our building blocks, which are in here. And hoppers, which are here, and then these, and then all of these minecarts with hoppers. So I'm thinking, what am I thinking? We'll build in this direction, this way. So hoppers will be going all along the backs of these. So I gotta move this out once. And I've done something like this before, except not as big. I'm literally following Shulker Craft's video on how to make one of these. And I know I said we'd do a fungal tree farm, but I need magma blocks. I was thinking about a future build, and magma was on the list of that future build. Basically, I need gold for trading, and I need nether quartz because I need more comparators and the like for our storage system. And because I'm going to be making an automatic sorting system for the nether tree farm, I need quartz bad. So, yeah, we're going to need a gold farm to trade for the piglins that we barter with, which I think are over here. Because this is the way the hole was, I'm pretty sure, that we used to get onto the nether. Unless I'm poorly mistaken. Yes, I am very much mistaken. So the chests face away from home. Okay, the chests... No, the latches on the chest will face towards home. So over here is where our gold farm is. And we got a pitiful amount of quartz out of this thing. Like, this is where quartz goes. And we have none. Like, absolutely dick diddly. And over here I have all of our stuff that's not sort... How did quartz get over here? Maybe we had too much. Alright, well, we still got dick diddly for quartz, but magma cubes are all we need. But I did have to re-roll our boots. I had to toss it into the grindstone because it was too expensive to put soul speed on there. So I did a whole bunch of combining. All the books that we had are in the order that I put them on. I combined 3 or 4, and then 3. Well, I combined 4 and then 3 into a single book each, and then tossed them on the boots, and now we have everything. We just need Swift Sneak for the pants, but we'll go find an ancient city later. This is not the ancient city episode, and to be quite honest with you, I need to do something with Skull Catalyst. But again, that's a future video. So, I need stairs, don't I? boy, what's the protocol here? I think instead these go... These go out like this. And then we do, no, that on the top. Probably, that way we can still get into these. So that means I didn't have to undo part of my chests. My leg! Anybody? SpongeBob? No, just me? Ah, to heck with you. And then boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. And then, let's see, we're supposed to have, let's see, we needed 81 wither roses. So, doing that. I'm sure about scaffolding, but I need 10 blocks for part of the build, so... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then fill it in, because we need a lot of blocks in the interim. That's why we have so many. And I'm using polished granite because I didn't want to use diorite, but I wanted to kind of fit with a red theme, but a red I haven't used, and this is technically a little red with a little pink in there. And I don't see why not. I had a ton of granite. Guess you could really say I took it for granted. No. Crap. Yeah, 3 on the end. Okay, it went into this one. So don't do what I just did. Then 3 non-powered rails. And also, this is why I'm making a gold farm later. But in order to do that, I need magma blocks. Are you serious? Seriously. Oh boy, this is going to be much worse than I thought. Nope. Yep, so don't put the end one on until you have all of these lined up. That was a whoopsie! Okay. And then do this, 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 this. And okay, I brought my leg! I brought my legs, but I also brought levers. We're gonna need these levers to power all these rails so that the mine carts keep going. and then... Yep. And then we take our building blocks and do one of these, and all along here. And then the hopper minecarts go back and forth and collect any drops. Because for now, we're taking our wither roses and our soul sand. I'm putting away some of these. The minecart hoppers will stay in there. And I'm basically just freehanding this first part. Like, I know how to do this part. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We basically brought enough soul sand to cover all of these rails. And because we have soul speed, we're Gucci. We're good. We won't be when we put all these wither roses in. That's why we gotta be careful. Yeah. Seven, 8. 6, 8. So we should have 72. Yep, that was 64 plus 8. And basically, our ooh is what's going to be happening to the magma cubes. And then we need glass around this area. Yeah. Okay. Grab the glass. And we're going to build up a... Let's see, how tall are we going to make it? Yeah. 5 high glass wall. So this is the first layer. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going up to there. But through the power of OBS, I can pause and resume when I'm done. Alright, so 5 high walls around the wither roses. And then grab building blocks, which we don't have. I brought way too much everything. Then take building blocks. And then from the middle, which is here, We go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, let me just make sure I counted. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh, okay. So, this one counts as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So don't make it 13. Don't make it 13. I don't know why. It just feels, I feel like it won't work. I don't know. Maybe it's too far from the AFK platform, so it's really wasted space. I don't know. I do know that I need to get up here. Going to collect all this. Make it easier to get up and down. Probably won't be, though. Because I don't know any directions. Okay, here we go. So that's 12. Here's the middle. Whoa. I feel like this was supposed to be 9 by 9. How's this supposed to be? No, 8 by 9. Yeah, 9 by 9. So it's 9 by 9, and then hoppers. Now get my... I'll put these back for now. Grab these and these, because we need them. And stand. And that, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 short. Do I have any wood on me? It's a stretch, but no, I don't. Oh boy, okay, facing... Surely there's a crafting table over here. Surely I had the foresight to put in a crafting table here, right? Ugh. No. But there's a crafting table here. Haha. I'm a genius. Now... That should be all 9 we need. Alright. Haha. Maybe I'm a genius after all. No, that was wishful thinking. But reality set in again. Cold, unforgiving reality. Anyway, let's get back to this. So... oh boy. We're going over here to boop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like I said, 7, 8. 9. And then so it's supposed to be a 9 by 9. Okay. Okay, I have way more glass than I thought I did. And I needed it to be 1 out. Oh boy, I'm not a genius. I thought I was, but I wasn't. That's not gonna get annoying. Nope, they're not blocks. Are they friendly creatures? Yes, they are. That's right, because they're entities, but they aren't hostile. They're always peaceful. Okay, and then let's get back to doing what we were. Ouch. None of that. None of this, or this, or this, or this. Break this out. Put these away. I'm gonna need silk touch. So normally I have something hilarious running through my mind, right? Well, this time it's the newer nanny episode of Family Guy. And it's Peter and Chris doing the whole open bathrobe in the underwear gag. Like, Peter's like, welcome to this work environment. Thinking the Uber driver is the nanny. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's a wild sentence, I know, but hear me out. First, it's a very pretty girl who shows up at the door, and Peter thinks she's the nanny. No, she is not. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then the real nanny, a very Russian woman, looking for Fievel Mouskowitz. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, Okay, 12. And then Chris shows up doing the same thing, pushes Peter out of the way. He's like, welcome to this work environment. Apparently we found Chris's niche of woman. And I'm not gonna judge, because some people are into very Russian women. And everyone has their own thing. I'm not judging. Far be it from me to be judgmental. But it's just hilarious because we go from Peter to Chris. Welcome to this work environment. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And then 1. Then 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're building a circle with like that. Then do the same. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're building a circle just like that. Now we gotta be wary of gas spawns, so I should probably get my bow. Do I have arrows? Yes, I do, and my bow is here. So we're building a circle. But just that Family Guy episode is playing in my head now, and it's hilarious. Just the blatant disregard for Peter and Lois's marriage is astounding, to say the least, in the newer episodes. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But, let's see, what was I going for? What was I going to say? I was going to say something. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was gonna say, it feels like I'm doing a waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's also the Weavers song from 1930, Goodnight Irene. It starts off what they call in the music industry floating, basically. It starts out with no, like, beat, and that's the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, also called a meter. Like, the number of beats, with a major beat, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The major beat starts it, and then it has a certain number of small beats after it. And there are different meters. So, a meter of 2 is 1 major, 1 minor beat. So, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And that is a march, because we only have 2 legs. So, we march starting with either the left or the right. It's decided based on the school, I guess, or it's universal based on marching bands. I don't know. I wasn't in marching band. I took a history of rock, and there were fundamentals we covered at the beginning. So, meter of 2. That was 2 rockets I wasted. But then there's the meter of 3, which is 1 major, and 2 minor beats. Oh, no. Is it down below? It's down below. Okay. Whew. So yeah, the, like, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's called a waltz, a ballroom waltz. Dun, 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 dun. You can hear it now, can't you? Yeah, of course you can. Nerds. I'm kidding. Oh, I upset the kitty on the bed. Because I'm making noise with my hands. Not the kind of noise you really hear from me out of my bedroom. It was I'm sorry, I shouldn't have made that joke. Oh, that's gross. Kids are gonna be like, Mommy, what's that? Let's just say it's also a clapping sound. And it's not to any beat. But then we have the meter of 4, which is 1 major, 3 minor beats, which is boom, 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 boom. And I don't really have a song off the top of my head that really goes with it, but I just remember the waltz, because there was a song by a group called the Weavers from the 1930s called Goodnight Irene. And it starts off, like I said, floating, kind of up in the air, no real meter, no beat. And then we get right into the waltz. Bum, 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 bum. And it's literally that. There's different ways to play the waltz, and the Weavers did it with their instruments. Now, you could have a 12-piece orchestra, an 8-piece orchestra, a 6-piece orchestra, or however many piece orchestra play a waltz. Just vum, 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 as long as it progresses like that. Now, in a meter of 4, we have what's called the backbeat, which is the 2nd and 4th beat. So it's bum, 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 bum. You can really hear the, like say, this is my right hand, by the way. It's my right hand, this is my left. Say I were to, with my left, then my right. I can snap harder with my right hand for reasons. And let's just say, okay, I should have done this. With my right hand, I am playing the 2nd beat, so. And that would be where, like, a drummer comes in with the bass, or the big round drum that they use their foot to tap, and it would thump on the 2nd and 4th beats. So basically, I slap my palm, and then I slap my whole hand, and that's the backbeat. So, and the drummer will, you have to be very musically talented. So the drummer will hear the 2nd beat and the 4th beat, and beat his and tap his foot on the big drum at his foot in time with that. So there is just a lot to think about. And there is a meter of 5, and that's not a conventional thing. And a meter of 6 is even more unconventional. Like, most standard mainstream pop has a meter of 4 at most. So this one, the major and the minor, or maybe it's 2 major, 2 minor. No, a meter always has 1 major and a certain number of minor beats, if I remember at all correctly. But, basically, that's That's where I was going with the 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. That's what it reminded me of. And if you haven't heard Goodnight Irene by the Weavers, it's old, yes, but it's good. Like, I recommend you check it out at least once. Because there's a lot of old music that I like. Oh, wait, no, I do have a... Okay, remember how I said I didn't have a Meter 4 example? Yeah, check out Louis Jordan and his Timpani 5, Choo Choo Chaboogie. I'm not going to play it because I'm not sure if it's still copyrighted. But it might be public domain, actually. Basically, public domain, after whoever wrote it dies, you wait 70 years, and it becomes, what did I just call it? Public domain. Basically, 70 years after the original writer's death, it becomes public domain. Unless it's ruled in a court of law, like a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog music, that it would be public domain. For whatever reason, a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog is public domain. Like, if it's used in Sonic games, it becomes public domain if Sega owns the rights, I think. I'm not too sure about that. Don't quote me on that. I might look it up when I'm AFKing, and I'll come back with that information. But, yeah, like, they ruled that Sonic music would be public domain. Even though the guy who wrote the music, or the group that owns the rights to the music... No, wait, it's the writer. Like, whoever wrote it passes away 70 years after. 70 years after the writer's untimely leaving of the mortal realm. So, that's actually why Winnie the Pooh is public domain, and why they made Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey. Like, it went public domain, because, and, like, the reason we have all of this public domain stuff is because Disney. Like, think Disney. Like, what do they own? A bunch of kid-friendly stuff. What would happen if someone were to make a bunch of P-O-R-N, prawn, internet prawn, of, say, Mickey Mouse? It would tarnish the Walt Disney Company. Like, it would associate it with very non-child-friendly or not safe for work stuff. Like, and, like, Mickey Mouse was one of Walt Disney's original things. Like, the first Mickey Mouse cartoon was Steamboat Willie, before he was Mickey. And, like, that has been associated with Walt Disney forever, essentially. Like, anytime there's a joke about Disney and Family Guy, you see some sort of depiction of Mickey Mouse working for the representing the Walt Disney Company. So, it's just, it would be awful, Disney thinks, if such a beloved children's character was associated with something very non-child friendly. So they kept petitioning for extensions of copyright laws. And they kept pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, so this kind of stuff did not happen. Well, Winnie the Pooh's copyright fell through. Disney was caught lacking. And so now Winnie the Pooh is public domain, meaning internet prawn of Winnie the Pooh, something horrible, and I never thought I'd actually say, is now a free game. Like, I don't know why you would, because that's gross. And there's only one female character. Kanga. She's basically the only female character that I've personally seen in the original Winnie the Pooh. Now, there's My Friends Tigger and Pooh, the Disney spin-off of Winnie the Pooh, where we have a girl by the name of Darby. And because she's a child, that's disgusting. Never mind, I'm not going to finish that sentence. You could see the gears turning in my head, didn't you? Yeah, we're not going to talk about it. We're not talking about that. So, football and sports and MySpace.com. Tom from MySpace. How's he doing? Yeah, I know I'm old, but you don't need to keep reminding me. Please, don't keep reminding me how old I am. Like, I was around when MySpace was a thing. So do we build up 3 or 4? 1, 2, 3. There's that 3 again. Fill in the gaps. Ouch. Okay, I'm going to kill. And you know, speaking of public domain, I'm sure there are some of us who have been on certain websites that I'm not going to name because YouTube would get very angry at me. Let's just say there is this one website. How does depictions of Minecraft fit into that? Is that a problem? Is there something else? I don't think I want to know the answer to that. 2, 3, 4, and that building block. I need my glass panes, and I'm using these in substitute of iron bars because I did not have any, and I was too lazy to go up and look, so I just grabbed some glass panes. They should work the same, but now we need our iron blocks and our carved pumpkins. But is Minecraft public domain, or is it something else? Is it still copyright? I don't think I want to know the answer to that question, so I'm just going to leave that question where it lies. Yeah, we're not going to talk about it. Okay, yeah. We're just going to not talk about that. So remove these. I was supposed to actually put a building block there to make that a little bit easier, but I got it. It's fine. So now we need our glass blocks because we're building a 3 high wall around the platform. So put these away for now because we didn't actually need them. Get all the glass back. And around the platform, it's fine. It's it doesn't need to be like 1 block out from the platform. It can just it just has to be like so. So it's a 3 high platform. Anyway, yeah, I know quite a bit about copyright law because copyright law was talked about in my class, so it's safe to say I know a little bit about copyright law. Because we were all curious, like, what does this mean then? Like, what about this situation? How about that situation? Could something like this technically come up and be alright, or is this also considered a no-no? Like, what were the limits on copyright laws and public domain? Anyway, let's see, where was I? 2 high wall. But, yeah, the only female character in most Winnie the Pooh media is Kanga, Rue's mother. I don't think there's another woman. I mean, Winnie the Pooh was voiced by a woman, I think. A very talented woman. But, like, each of the Pooh characters can be tied to, like, a mental condition, like Eeyore, depression, Tigger, is ADHD, because he's so hyper and bouncing everywhere. Rabbit is OCD. Everything has to be meticulous and great. Then there's ADHD, low energy version, like take out the H and it's ADD. So ADD is Winnie the Pooh. Anxiety is Piglet, because he's always, oh, dear, and Piglet is perfect in every way. I will not take such slander. But, then we have Rue, who is, I want to say, I don't actually know. I'll have to look that up. Alright, so 3 high wall. That's done. Row of building blocks above the glass. So we need our building blocks again. What are you doing? Who is you? You know, why do monkeys get to throw poop at the zoo, and it's totally acceptable, but I poop in my own hand and throw it back, and suddenly I'm asked to leave. Like, what's that about, huh? Wow, that's like, wow. Just double standards. Am I right, everybody? Yeah, I'm right. I think so. Now, eventually, this will become a Froglight farm at some point. Like, at some point I will make the decision to turn it into a Froglight farm, but for now I need magma cream, and I think Froglight's also, like, a Froglight farm also produces magma cream, because they kill the bigger ones. Or, no, the iron golems take care of the bigger ones, knock them down to size, and then the frogs eat the little guys. Yeah, I think so. So, like, when the bigger ones end up getting stuck on chains you place vertically, the iron golems here knock them out, like, bash them with their arms, and turn them into smaller ones that'll fall down, and we remove the wither roses, and we toss frogs inside. Basically, this can be anything you need. Like, this is versatile. Like, if it can be dropped by a magma cube or a magma cube plus something else, this farm can do it. But the Froglight farm actually isn't round. It's a plus, like on the Switch controller. Like, you see the plus, the start button? Basically, each of the, like, in the middle will be your killing area, where the frogs will eat the magma cubes that spawn on the outer bits around the middle. So, just imagine this, but in the middle of the plus are frogs eating the slimes, and vertical chains. Like, chains set up vertically. So we have to place a floor a block lower than where the iron golem will go down there, and he will punch the magma cubes that are too big to fit down the chains until they are not too big to fit down the chains. Eventually, I will convert this into a magma farm, so do not worry. Or Froglight farm, excuse me. But don't worry. We'll get there when we get there. But yeah, normally it's plus like this. Here's a spawning space, here's a spawning space, spawning space, spawning space, killing space. So, the frogs are in the middle there, while the spawning spaces are expanding outward. Now remember, everybody, for long videos like this where I'm building something, always have something to drink, maybe snack on nearby if you're feeling real adventurous. If it's not that close to dinner time but you skipped lunch, go get some lunch. Like, if it's lunchtime and you're like, nah, I don't want to, take this video on your phone, go make yourself something to eat. You need three squared meals a day. Like a well-rounded diet. You need a well-rounded diet every day. And the sooner you can get started on that habit, like, maybe make yourself something light if you aren't in the mood to do something. Like, find yourself some salad or something. Put some salad making stuff in the fridge. Assuming you can afford healthy food from the grocery store that's halfway decent, and you aren't surviving off of TV dinners that don't have your basic nutritional needs met. Yeah, there's a real problem when we're being told to eat all this healthy rabbit food, but we can't afford it. So, just try to scrimp and save where you can. Like, I don't care if the new iPhone just came out and you want to buy it. Put some of that money towards some good, healthy food. Your body will thank you. You won't feel like such crap. Maybe get up and burn off some of that energy. Like, go for a run down the street or something. If you live in metropolitan area, oof, I have nothing for that. I mean, heck, some basic stretches would do well. I gotta start jogging the hill I live on. I live out in the sticks, at the top of a hill. I can start jogging, but good God, is the hill tall, and is jogging bad for your knees? And your legs. Your shins. Basically, walk. Like, walking is less stressful on your body all the way around. Don't believe everybody who says, oh, you need to be up and running and it'll burn more calories. Yeah, well, walking regularly is better for you because it's less stressful on the body. It doesn't require such heavy impacts on the pavement. Like, when you run, you're slamming your foot because it's moving so fast. Your leg is moving so fast. That's not very good. I was in a walking and running class, and running is not so good. Walking is better. So, do yourself a favor and start walking. Like, get up and walk, maybe play Pokemon Go, or if you're old school like me, hang on just a sec. If you're old school like me and have a Pokewalker from Heart Gold, Soul Silver, use it. Put a Pokemon in it. Walk with it. You can catch more Pokemon as you walk. You can get items as you walk. And as soon as you get back, you can transfer all that stuff into the game. And if you're like me, and you missed a whole bunch of events, and you can use you have a way to use the DNS method. If you don't know what that is, look it up, because I'm not gonna demonstrate in this video. If you have a 3DS or like any way to connect to Nintendo Wi-Fi connection, like the DNS method I mentioned, then do some of those old events. Like, get to where you are able to get some of those other routes in the Pokewalker, because some of those were like events and I missed them. So I unlocked all of the ones by walking that I could, and then I went through with the event methods for the Pokewalker, back when we had really cool events and such for Pokemon games, and not just, input this event code and you get a cool thing. Buy it early and you get some revives. I pre-ordered Sword and Shield. Well, not Sword and Shield. I pre-ordered Sword just because I wanted Sword. And I got free revives, like a code for free revives as a pre-order bonus. And I never used one of them at the beginning. Like, it's a game for children, and it's gotten streamlined. Like, it's piss easy if you know what you're doing. I didn't, but I knew how Pokemon battles worked, and all I did was run back to the Pokemon Center every time I was injured, so, you know. Alright, now we're going back for our glass. And I had some too many. Come on, you gonna come get me? Nah, you ain't gonna come get me. They're so stupid, they'll jump at me and off the platform. Ta-da! And they fall to their deaths. Pfft, what an idiot! What an absolute buffoon! But, alright, now we need another 3. But, yeah, just find a way to get out and exercise, or, like, eat better, or, like, less junk. Like, I'm guilty of eating a lot of junk, and I feel awful afterward. Like, my favorite thing is cheddar jalapeno Cheetos. I'm not sponsored. And it's just some of the worst stuff I could actually put in my body. Like, some of those ingredients are awful. Like, it's literally corn. Like, cornmeal. Made into shapes of Cheeto. Like, I could describe something that's Cheeto shape, and you'd know exactly what I'm talking about. Long and lumpy. Kind of like a poop somewhere. Never see that on a Cheetos commercial about imagination and wonder. Like, this one looks like a long turd. They never hop in the magic school bus and shrink down and go to the toilet, watch some dude cork out a hard shit after a long day at work. And it's like, whoa, it is! Like, it's always like, this one looks like, I don't know, an eel, like, and it's like, like, no. Well, come on. Like, just, anyway, that was painfully unfunny. I get it. But just, you never see that in a cartoon that makes you want to eat Cheetos. Oh, has anyone ever eaten, like, so many Cheetos that it comes out, like, the color of Flamin' Hot, if it was, like, Flamin' Hot Cheetos? Like, you know, one of those ones that burns so bad, and it's like, it burns, it's awful, I'm never eating that many again, and you do it the next day, and it's like, why is my poop, like, flaming hot red? Well, I'll tell you, Susan, that's why. So, the middle... 1, 2... 1, 2... Can you get off of my junk? This is why I bring a mending bow. I wish I thought to spawn-proof this place. Gas need a huge area to spawn, though. That's why I'm putting up these. That's why I'm putting up these bits of glass 2 blocks apart. Like 2 X coordinates or Z coordinates apart. Because gas don't spawn one of these areas. Like, in areas this tall. So, you know, take that for what you will. Like, gas needs such a large area to spawn that you can easily spawn-proof an area. Like, it's a joke. Anyway, yeah, gas haven't spawned this entire time, and I'm wondering what's gonna go wrong now. I know I'm a fool for mentioning, oh, something could go wrong, oh no. Yeah, just don't worry about it. It hasn't gone wrong yet, it's not gonna. But you need a lot of glass to spawn proof this area. And we need it to be this tall because we need the big heckin' boys down there to spawn, like the tier 3 simp that spawns. It's like, back off, milady, and it's just so cringe and all, and it's like like you're out in the desert and you're covered in butter and you're shriveling up like a cold steak on a sizzling hot skillet. Or it's like SpongeBob in that episode where he was without, where Sandy asks him to house sit her tree dome, and Patrick's like, so why aren't you how are you okay without wearing one of these? And he's like, oh, Patrick, I'm water, and dries up, and like physics doesn't matter, and it's like, oh, I just realized. You know what I'm talking about? Like that kind of shriveling due to cringe because of the tier 3 simp that says, back off, my lady. You know those kinds of magma cubes? Yeah, you know those kinds of magma cubes. Where am I? I just realized I'm in the nether. Oh my god. SpongeBob enters the nether for the first time and shrivels up and dies. It's like the end of the SpongeBob movie, the first one, which was supposed to be the finale of the series, but then we got all this crap in the middle, and it's like, oh no. And it's like supposed to be like the end of SpongeBob's adventure. But we get more because kids wanted more SpongeBob. I don't get it. Like, that could have been the end of it. But no. So I guess all the stuff after the movie was like, but before the events of this, we need to rewind. And off we went. Back into the past. Between the last episode of, I think, Season 4 and the movie. I think was it Season 3 or Season 4 that the movie came after? I think it was Season 4. Like, pre-movie SpongeBob was all of the lead-up we needed to see him. Like, that's all of his adventures before becoming the manager of the Krusty Krab 2. That Mr. Krabs opened for money. Okay, yeah. Yep. Okay, so I did this wrong. We'll just remove these. So I need my glass panes again. This glass is a real pain to remember. I'm sorry. That was bad. I'm very sorry. Glass panes, iron golem stuff. Need the building blocks. Then temporary blocks out the middle. Build up. Needs to be too tall. Is that right? Oh, no. Okay, so... Instead, what we're doing, grabbing the glass panes and boop. And then another tall. And then here we build our iron golem, or rather, like this. Then I gotta be able to hop up and pumpkin. And then we need a block between the iron, or the iron, what are supposed to be iron bars. Can I just do this? Oh, but it's so wrong. Oh, that's so wrong. Oh, no. Don't have another pumpkin either. And the iron golem's gonna die, unless I have a bucket. Can I save his life? No. Okay, we need another pumpkin. Ugh, well, that's a shame. I almost had that. That would have been cool. I don't have a fishing rod to yank him back up, so that's a shame. Alright, wherever the tail of the T is where we have our yeah, wherever the tail of the T is where the feet will spawn. So I need to Alright, well, we're going for another pumpkin. Oh, that's fun. That pumpkin is absolutely horrifying. So I did it again. He's right there. And I still don't have a bucket. You think I would have learned to grab a bucket. Always have a bucket. But no. I gotta be stupid. I was not expecting that. Oh, I hate that sound. Oh my god, that was funny as hell. Hello, Stinker, I hear you. He made noises. So, He made the he's stuck in there. And now, that should be it. Aside from building the AFK platform. So how tall is it supposed to be? Exactly 112. From the top platform. So that's 124, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 15, 14, 13, 12. 128. Oh boy. 128, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 24, 25, 30, 12. Yeah. Alright. So everything in my hands here will be what we use to build all the way up. I did math so wrong there. It hurts. Too bad I'm not taking a math class next semester. That'd be fun. I genuinely like math. Don't question me. I like algebraic equations very much. Well, I'm up at max build height, so... Didn't think I'd get to max build height, so hey, good for me. Might have got picked up by the hopper minecarts. Yep. So it's all gonna come into here. Nice. Yep. Okay, so... You know what, we'll just let it do. So, here's all of... So we're going to clear out all these chests. And we're going to... Oh, poor iron golem. I'm going to call this starting point, and then I'll come back in, I don't know, 30 minutes? And we'll just watch. Yeah, I'll come back in 30 minutes. Alright. Alright, it's been 30 minutes. Let's check out what we have going on down here. Do I have an empty shulker box is my question. Yeah. Oh yeah. Good. Good. Real good. Hell yeah. Alright, so we got this much magma cream in a half hour. So double that, and that's what you got in an hour. So, I think that's pretty successful. So, I think we're going to end the episode here. Thank you everybody so much for watching. This has been a lot of fun. I did something. Now we got to make a gold farm. But AFKing here, we'll get all the magma blocks we need. So that being said, I got to figure out which gold farm I want to build. Maybe I'll do an EXP-based farm in the overworld. Maybe I won't. It depends. Maybe I will do an EXP-based one in the overworld. But they'll spawn zombies, of course. Maybe you can't do that kind of... Maybe you can't do that in the overworld. I don't know. But we'll sort all of our stuff, and then it'll just auto-filter out the rotten flesh. We'll keep the swords somewhere else. And we'll figure it out from there. So, that being that, this was a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye!